What's up guys, welcome back to another For Those Code video. In this video we're taking a look into how you can generate AI images completely free using Cloudflare AI. Let's visit the official Cloudflare AI documentation to get started with it. And inside of our docs directory we will type in AI, and we're pretty much interested in this particular thing called run AI models on Cloudflare global network. And inside here, as you can see, it's available on free plan, so you don't have to pay a penny. And out of the box it comes off with this particular related product called Workers AI. And we are pretty much interested in that particular Workers AI, which can run machine learning models powered by serverless GPUs on Cloudflare global edge network, which sounds really interesting. And also we have 50 plus open source models that we can use to integrate AI inside of our application, and it's pay for what you use, so you don't need to pay anything at first, and it's totally free of cost. Let's get started with this particular Cloudflare Works AI to generate AI based images. Let's also discuss a quick about what's the application structure look like. It's basically a serverless AI image generation at Cloudflare Edge, and we'll be building service API endpoints that accepts a prompt inside of our front-end application, and this particular prompt will be sent to the Cloudflare Edge network, and with this inside this Cloudflare Edge network we have something called Cloudflare AI model. It's basically an open source AI model which runs on Cloudflare Edge hardware, and it streams back this particular image data as a raw binary JPEG image to this worker, and this worker will also forward it to our application with binary JPEG stream. Basically it's this particular architecture that we are trying to build, and it's a serverless function on Cloudflare Worker, and that receives a prompt, executes AI model and inference at the edge, and streams back the raw JPG binary data to the front end. Let's also take a look into the application that we are trying to build. So this is the micro application we are trying to build, where we are trying to play around with what's possible with Cloudflare AI. And as you can see, we can select a couple of models. You can list down all the available models inside of our Cloudflare dashboard, and we can describe our image right here. What I will try to generate is an image of a alien spaceship in Mars. So let's go ahead and try to generate this particular image with Cloudflare AI. Behind the scene it's using the same architecture that we discussed about, and it's generating the image for us with stable diffusion XL 1.0 standards. And as you can see, the generated image used this particular model, and the image is generated. So this is the image that's generated. Let's go ahead and copy this command, which will scaffold a brand new React and Vite app, and behind the scene it's using Cloudflare AI as a serverless API endpoint. Let's go ahead and copy and paste that particular command, and our project name, I will replace this particular my React app to our project name, which is Cloudflare image gen, or name it generation, and framework is React. And let's go ahead and press enter, and we'll be using TypeScript for this, and also probably we'll be adding few dependencies that's needed. Do you want a JIT version control? And let's go ahead and press enter. Do you want to deploy application? Not right now, but definitely we will deploy our application, so we'll just enter no. Let's go ahead and cd in the first one, which is image generation, and let's go ahead and do pmi just to make sure all the dependencies has been added. Let's go ahead and add command pnpm approve build, so that it would install the dependencies that we need, and probably it's installing the dependencies that requires some approved builds. Looks like it's running on port 5173. Let's go ahead and visit that one out. and it looks like everything is working well as expected, and we have this particular application that's running. So what we can do is we can go ahead and close this one out and probably open this in our IDE. So it open up inside of cursor. Now let's go ahead and visit our src page, and inside here what we can see here is the main file main.tsx, which imports app.tsx. So let's visit app.tsx, and what we can see here is a similar thing that we do see here inside this page. And what it says is we can edit app.tsx or workers index.tsx to save and test with hot model replacement. So let's go ahead and change this one out. Probably what we will do is we will add some functionality to submit a form with some couple of values needed, like model and a prompt. Now instead of our React this particular component or a page which is app.tsx, we have added a couple of code pretty much generated with AI. So I'll just go through the code generation. We have a couple of states that's needed for our application. A state for the prompt, state for the model, state for the generated with model, image URL, loading and error. And we have this particular function which will be called after we submit a form, which is this form on submit handler, which is called generate image. And inside this generate image we have a couple of fields which preserves a value which is inside of state, which has the model, and also we have the image prompt. And definitely after submit this button submission, we'll call this particular function which is generate image. So inside this function we added a couple of loading state and error and image URL to null previously, and we have a try catch block where we access the API key from public API secret, which we'll be adding definitely. And we are calling an API endpoint here with the native fetch API. Inside of our API we'll name our particular endpoint image gen, and it will be a post method with our authorization key. And also we are sending down the body with prompt and model as well. After the response is received, we are like creating a blob and also setting that particular local URL to the this particular state, which is image URL, set image URL state. And also we are adding up what's model that's used inside of our generated with model and set generated with model state. And finally we are setting loading to false. So this is the pretty much basic implementation that we have in the front end. Let's go ahead and create this particular API endpoint route where we have API image gen. So before we dive into that particular API Workers AI route, I'll just add in the environment variable file that's needed, which will be inside of our root project. And let's add .env file. And inside here what we can do here is we can add this particular constant and call it some random string for now. So let's go ahead and close it. If that's not passed in, it will be default to an empty string right here, so which would be fine. So let's go ahead and create an API endpoint for our application. Inside of a worker there's a file called index.ts, and inside of index.ts we will add an API endpoint which will call the AI model itself. So we have written this particular function, which is an asynchronous function, also calling the fetch API. And we have a try catch block where we'll be destructuring prompt and model from the request. And if prompt is not passed in, we'll throw down the stringified version of the error with status and header. And obviously we want the target model to be the model that's passed into the parameter from the front end. and also if it's not passed in, it defaults to this particular model. Also we have this particular in.ai.run. So this particular is an worker binding which we haven't pretty much added, so let's go ahead and also add this particular worker binding inside of our JSON C file. So inside of our JSON C file we'll add an binding for our AI to work inside of our application. Let's go ahead and add this particular key bindings right here. So we have added AI and bindings is AI, and here we can pass the model itself, but we'll pass it inside of this particular AI.run when we can add target model there and also the prompt. After the binding is being called, we will throw down the response as 200, and also we will give this particular error if there's any error inside of our application, and it open up 5173 port for us. Let's go ahead and visit it. Probably we haven't added Tailwind inside of our application, so let's go ahead and add Tailwind. So to add Tailwind inside of our application, we are in the Tailwind official doc where we are using Vite and using Tailwind. So let's go ahead and install our Tailwind Vite inside of our project root. So let's go here and let's add this, and we are using pnpm, so write pnpm install Tailwind CSS and also Tailwind CSS Vite as well. After the installation is done, we will be also adding this particular command, this particular line which says import Tailwind CSS from Tailwind Vite. So let's go to viteconfig.ts, and inside here we'll add this particular line to import Tailwind CSS from our Tailwind CSS Vite, and also we will be adding Tailwind CSS as well. So after these changes have been made, let's go ahead and hit save, and let's head back to the documentation. And probably we also need to import Tailwind CSS inside of our CSS file, which is the main CSS file of our app. Go ahead and visit the doc if anything's needed. Probably we can just add the Tailwind classes to this. So let's go ahead and run our local server with pnpm run dev. So it looks like Tailwind is working well, and if we take a inspect inside of our application and go to network and send an API request. So we have a couple of models for now. Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 is the default selected, but you can add a few. Probably we can research. You can also find inside of that official Cloudflare doc what's available version are supported. So inside here what we'll add is so prompt that I'll be adding is a desert with a fishbowl. Let's go ahead and generate it. So inside of our network tab, you can see the status is pending. Probably after the successful API call, our status will be 200, and as you can see the image, AI image that's being generated. So inside of our desert we have a fish bowl with the fish inside it. That's awesome. So also you need to know that we just added the AI capabilities inside of our Cloudflare Worker with this worker binding. You can find more inside this particular doc. Just go to configuration and worker bindings, and also there are a lot more that we can use inside of our application. So you can also see how we can run LLMs or run any image generation or text generation or anything that's available inside of Cloudflare, inside of AI applications as well. So with this being said, we built this micro application just to play around with Workers AI. In this video we learned about how we can use different models which helps us to generate AI images, all using Cloudflare Workers AI. I hope you learned something new from this. If you want to learn more around the topics of design, development, and AI, please subscribe for more videos just like this. Don't forget to smash the like button for me. This really helps me to create more content. Thanks a lot guys. See you in the next one.